This is your weekly Taroscope reading for September the 28th through to October the 4th, 2015. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly, and thank you so much for your support. Now, if you haven't been around for a little bit, or this is your first time viewing, I am doing it up a little bit differently, and you wouldn't know that if it was the first time you're viewing it, obviously. But I'm going to go over the energy of the week, and then I will do each individual sign. So if you hit the show more, I believe it would be down below this video, it will give you the timestamps for where your actual sign begins. So watch the first part of it, obviously, to get the overall energy, and then see how you're going to be personally affected this week. And why I'm doing it this way is, one, it's a time thing for me. I have a lot on my plate, which is turned into a platter, which is turned into, I think, more of a big, huge bowl right now in order to contain it all. And everything's being contained, but I didn't want to give up my weekly videos to you, and yet I really needed to steal some time back so that I could address certain things that needed addressing, and so that I could also, once I get everything cleared up, hopefully be able to do a little bit more for you going forward. Now, the one thing I really gave it a lot of thought. You know, I have the monthly love scopes, which I think I'm going to add a little bit more to give you a little bit wider scope of maybe look at finances within that, and I don't know, we'll see what comes up in each individual sign, but I will be keeping those individual because it's a monthly, and I love doing the dailies. I love doing the weekend focus. So the only thing that was really left was the weekly. And when I do the weeklies, I notice that there's, you know, usually about 4 or 5 cards that just pop up, and they are in everybody's reading. And sometimes I almost feel when I'm doing each individual sign that I'm almost repeating myself over and over and over, because in a week, the energy is going to affect us differently, but it's not as pronounced as over an entire month, or and that's why the dailies are just that, an overall for everybody, because we're all going to feel it on some level, and really it's you using the knowledge of your path forward and what you're going through in order to relate to it. So let's get to the cards, because the coolest thing about this reading, I think, well, there's probably a lot of cool things about this reading, but the first thing that's the coolest thing about this reading is we start with the last card of last week. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands here, and that was our last card last week. That's our first card this week. Now, this is our successes, our victories, our small wins. This card definitely speaks to not resting on your laurels right now, pushing forward, be willing to do the hard work. Keep it going. This is not a time to lay back and relax. This is not the time to go inwardly. This is definitely an outward motion. Now, the ones in the background are to represent the people that are celebrating your victories, your successes, your joy. So no man is an island. So remember that where you are going to have the most success this week involves other people. Now, going with that is the High Priest. The High Priestess, I should say, not the High Priest. Her energy could come out in a lot of ways. One is intuition. Okay, it's that highly intuitive knowledge. This is following your gut. So maybe this is following your gut when it comes to relationships, when it comes to going after your successes, going after your victories, going after. So perhaps there is a large sense for the majority of us this week that we really need to trust our gut, really need to trust our own intuition, our aha moments, in order to reveal our path forward to ourselves, to not maybe trust so much everything that is coming to us, but following our own knowledge. This could also be, well, this could be definitely new beginnings. I see the white, so new beginnings, new paths forward, new successes coming into being, new paths opening so that we can go for new successes, new victories in our life. This is, when it comes to love, this is almost a lust, for lack of a better word. So it's that highly romantic time in our life. So, you know, don't get too serious when it comes to love. Okay, don't get too sensitive. Don't get too, you know, and that could go a whole bunch of ways, right? Sometimes we get overly suspicious. Sometimes we're overly sensitive. It's more of just appreciating the moment and going with the flow within the relationship and trusting your feelings. We have, you know, there's a lot about balance here. There's judgment. Okay, so judgment could be very much not just pushing through things, understanding it completely, looking at every angle, being a little bit of the diplomat. You know, we don't want to get too judgmental when we're dealing with people, when we're dealing with situations. We want to, but we want to be the diplomat. We want to make sure that what we are looking at is the truth, that what we are looking at is the reality. It's right next to temperance, which is all about the balance, the need for balance. So we could actually get hung up a lot in our decision making this week. We could almost see that like every point or every argument has its good points. And so it's going to be really hard, I think, to actually make a decision or come to some sort of conclusion. It's like if you listen to 5 different scenarios, all 5 kind of seem right. So it's finding that balance that makes it right for you going forward. And that might be hard. It might almost be like sitting on the fence this week when it's coming to decisions. There might be almost too many factors to weigh in order to make the right decisions this week. Maybe this isn't the week at all for making decisions by the first 3 cards here. Maybe it's a good week to look at all of the things that we want to decide on. And you know, we start with the moon in Aries, and that's all about wanting to go forward and new plans. And so be cautious of that energy then. Now, we do have the worry. We do have the anxiety. Okay, this is the sleepless nights. This is the things that worry you at night. Did I say this right? Did I do the right action? Should I do this? Shouldn't I do that? You know, it's all those little things that you pull up. So don't let the stress of any situation get to you, okay? And I did put up a video just for some deep breathing. And as one person so candidly said, please just don't do the deep breathing on the phone because that could get you in trouble. But you want to do the deep breathing. And I put out a video just to, I think it's like 5 minutes total, and most of it's talking and very little of it is the actual breathing. But it's something that you can do. It's an exercise that you can do almost anywhere at any time in order to kind of bring you back into being in control again. Okay, giving you that empowerment, giving you that strength. And so that's what we really need here. Whenever I see this card, I beg of you, I implore you not to wait until you go to bed at night in order for this energy to appear, because it will appear. You can bet your bottom dollar that you're going to have at least one night where, it could be every night, but you're going to have at least one night where you think that you are exhausted and you close your eyes, and at that moment your brain starts working on overdrive. And you start replaying things and thinking up scenarios, and schedule that time for yourself. Schedule the time for meditation. Schedule the time for prayer. Schedule the time to just sit there and be quiet and still and allow those thoughts to come in, but then take control of those thoughts. Be empowered, okay? Because they're your thoughts. You can lead them any way you want. So don't necessarily let it go in one way or another way. You demand which way it goes. You work it out. This could even mean that, this is going back into being the diplomat again, where I think several signs will almost get, especially where it is, we may have a lot more success this week if we plan out our approaches before we actually approach the situation or the conversation. Whatever it may be. It might be a situation, it might be a conversation, but you want to run it through your mind a couple of times first. You want to see how you want it to play out. You want to choose your words ahead of time. You want to choose your actions ahead of time, so that when you are in the moment, you're coming across clearly, concisely. You know what you want to expect. You know what you expect to have happen. And then you can kind of base a guideline going forward. Eight of Pentacles. It's all about the hard work and the hard work that we do and wanting to improve on it. So there could be that window of opportunity that opens up, and we may want to gain more knowledge in a certain area, research something, strategize a little bit more. This is knowing that we do a really good job in one area of our life, and we look for ways to improve it even more. So it's growing our knowledge, growing our empowerment. Happily ever after. Okay, and that's almost like dab smack in the middle, happily ever after. So it's all about our happily ever after right now. It's all about our attainment of what we want to manifest in our life going forward. It's all about the rainbows and the sunrises. So we are really transforming onto a new path of new beginnings, new opportunities, new relationships, new situations in our life, and it's all about our happily ever after. And this is the cautious, one step at a time, knowing exactly where we're going, paying attention to the baby steps, paying attention to the detail. Okay, I love the Knight of Pentacles because he doesn't even have a weapon. He doesn't look like he's worried in the least. He carries that pentacle, his abundance, his value, and he's going forward, and he knows exactly where he's going. He knows what the terrain's all about. He doesn't worry about anything. He doesn't need a weapon because he's prepared himself for this trip. He's prepared the path forward every step of the way. There is no worry here. Queen of Swords, we could be very determined this week in where we want to go, what we want to do, what we want to say. We get very protective, I think, of our paths forward. I think we can become very sensitive if somebody says something negative about our path forward and where we want to go. I think we will get protective about what we want to do, what our gifts are, what our passions are, what our dreams are. Okay, I got that wonderful blue screen and everything blew up on me again. I don't know what it's all about, but here we're just going to continue on. I apologize for that. Hopefully it won't happen again because I'm not very good at putting these videos together. I'm not very good at the whole editing thing. So, Hopefully we don't have to worry about that. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is our new day dawning. So definitely we are stepping in a new beginnings, new prospects. This is the kind of, I kind of see this in some aspects as the World card, because we've come full circle. Okay, those sunflowers at the bottom represent the things that we have manifested in our life already. And really, we kind of think about when we manifest something down our path. We think of it as these big, it's the castle with the moat. And, really, if you have a car in your driveway, well, you manifested that car in your driveway. You thought, I need a car. You went out and you shopped and you looked around and you saw the best deal and you saw how much money you had. And eventually that car manifested in your driveway. If you have new pots and pans, a new hammer, that is a manifestation of a thought, of a hope, of a wish, of a dream. And it may sound really crazy to have a dream of wanting a hammer, but if you don't have a hammer and you got to hang a picture, trust me, you're going to be dreaming that you wish you had a hammer. So, we manifest things every day in our life. We just have to realize that we do have that ability, that we do it already. We just have to believe in ourselves a little bit more. And this is believing in ourselves a little bit more. This is our new day dawning. This is stepping into our empowerment. This is stepping into our beauty. This is stepping into our new tomorrow. And how exciting is that? So we should be getting excited about where we're going. We should be getting excited about our talents, our gifts. This is also a very spiritual card. So our intuition is going to be extremely high this week. In fact, I think it's our intuition that leads us more than anything else. It's not the outside world that leads us as much as our intuition and relying on our inner wisdom. God, our angels. Ace of Cups. Embracing those passions, embracing those dreams, embracing the people that mean the most to us. Absolutely. Six of Cups. Now, this could be loving ourselves a little bit more. Okay, I always see this kind of as loving our inner child, and the child there is our inner child, and we really need to dote on ourselves a little bit more. We really need to reward ourselves a little bit more. We really need to love ourselves a little bit more. For some of us, it might be something coming out of the past. But I really kind of get that. We really just need to love ourselves a little bit more. Reward ourselves a little bit more. Take time out for us a little bit more. I think it's important this week to do that. And the Two of Cups, we could be starting new relationships, making new unions with, it could be a new business partner. It could be a new job setting. It could be somebody new in the community. It could be a new best friend. It could be a new lover. But there will be an influx of new people coming into our life, or realizing the importance of somebody in our life for the very first time. Somebody that has always been in our life, and all of a sudden we kind of wake up to this knowledge that they're more than just that person in the corner, and how they strengthen our path and empower us going forward. And we empower them as well. It's always a two-way street when it's right. So what did I miss here? So I think with the, especially at the very beginning here, I think we don't even want to come to some major decisions in our life this week. If anything, we want to have a patience about what we're making decisions about. We want to make sure we are the diplomat. We want to make sure that we are weighing everything out. And actually, I think that it's actually going to be hard. It's going to be a real work in progress to actually come to some decisions this week. So if you can, in any way, back it up and not make that decision this week. I've had the sneezes all day. So I got this itchy nose happening here. You want to make sure that when you make the decision, it's right going forward. So if you can delay any decision making, for the majority of you, I think that is probably a very good thing to do. I think decision making is going to be hard. I think we're going to be able to see a lot of different sides to things. So we want to be the diplomat, okay? We want to be able to remove ourselves from the whole process and look at it detached from the situation. And we want to gather the information. So we might want to gather the knowledge. We might want to investigate a little bit on our own. We might want to look up some information by ourselves. We might want to ask some questions, get a better understanding, get other people's opinions before we make those decisions going forward. We are working towards our happily ever after. We are stepping into new paths of happiness and joy, a desire maybe to start fresh, or new beginnings, or new pathways. Maybe even just it could be just a little short-term project even, because it is the Ace of Cups here. Worry and concern, stress, don't allow it to undermine you this week. Take time out to allow those negative thoughts, like give those negative thoughts time and energy. You don't want to be sweeping them under the rug. You don't want to be ignoring them, because they will come out again. And when you don't have maybe the opportunity to have the control over the situation. So with the Nine of Swords here, make sure that you're taking time to explore why you are feeling anxiety about a certain situation, or certain words you said, or certain situations that you might be stepping into. Try and understand it. Try and understand why you're feeling that way. What is the fear, or what is the excitement, or what is the suspense, or try and understand it a little bit better, so that when you do go into those situations, you are prepared. I think it's all about being prepared, all about being ready to step into our passions. I think it's passion for detail. Absolutely. With the Eight of Pentacles, we are looking at what we do, and what we do well, and where we want to go, and where we want our passions and our unique talents to lead us, and how we can empower ourselves even more. So we might be looking, for some of us, school. We might be looking at growing our knowledge in some way. We might be looking at finding a mentor in our life, or depending on our life path and where we are, we may be the mentor for somebody else and helping them grow. Okay, because it's all about our service to others, service to the world, our community, to our neighbor. Okay, so I think I've kind of covered the overall. And let's go into each individual signs now. And until I get to your sign, please remember that I do love you. Now, let's start with Aries, okay? Now, Aries, you are the Judgment card. So, okay, take it back a step, okay? I know that you have been pushing a lot for this feeling of freedom, this feeling of going forward, this feeling of being, feeling that independence that makes the Aries, right? And, we have the successes. We definitely have the successes. I think it's going to have a lot to do with relationships. Now, this could be a love relationship. It really, I think, is more or less, I think the energy this week, because we've got the Temperance card right next to the Judgment card as well. So let's get these 3 cards up here for you so you can really see, Aries. Okay, it's finding that balance within relationships. It's not only what you want and how they serve you and how each person serves you, but also how you serve them. It's maybe finding a new attunement within relationships, understanding what you bring to the table more, understanding what they bring to the table more, understanding how you can actually work together as a team in order to go forward. Oh yes, we want to get the angel cards going here too, don't we? So, I don't think it can just be about you, because I really feel this independence. I really feel this want for a liberation or a freedom and doing what you want to do when you want to do it because you want to do it. And I think that's where the imbalance comes in. That no man is an island. And so I think that if you really pay attention to the relationships in your life, you're going to find where some of them really bring you into success, really bring you into a victory dance. Having the Two of Cups play such a, you have very strong cards with Judgment and Temperance and the Two of Cups. And I don't think it's just love relationships. I think it's all relationships in your life. So it might be the coworker, it might be the boss, it might be, somebody in your community, especially if the stature of who you are within the community matters. Let's see what the angels want to tell us. The King of Raphael, warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. So perhaps there's somebody that you haven't been letting in, or you haven't been leaning on, or you haven't been so trusting of for one reason or another. Yes, it is safe to trust. And since we were dealing with relationships, since we're dealing with balance, and Judgment is going a little bit slow on everything. Okay, the ability to accomplish many things at once. Well, you're an Aries, of course you can do that, and you can do it well. And follow your creative passions. Okay, so don't limit yourself. Look for how you can expand your talents, your gifts. But I think it's very important, too, to understand how other people can help you in your path forward. And you don't lose that sense of independence. You don't lose that sense that of freedom, of being able to be your own person, your own independence, your being able to just say, I'm going to do it when I want, because I want, why I want. I think it's okay to bring other people into the fold and trust them and lean on them. And I think this week you'll probably find a situation where somebody that you haven't let in, or somewhere perhaps where you thought you could go it alone, you actually find that partner, that person, to make it that much easier in your life going forward. Taurus. Taurus, we have Temperance, which is all about your balance. We have Judgment before and the Seven of Cups after. So now the Seven of Cups is looking at all the different things in life. This could be, well, this actually could be finding your balance and judgment here with that. If you weren't aware of something, okay, by looking at things, by asking those extra couple of questions, by analyzing things a little bit more, by scratching the surface a little bit more, going underneath. I think you uncover something, maybe uncovering something about yourself that you weren't aware of, or uncovering something about somebody else or a situation that's really going to bring you in the balance you need to go forward. It's really going to give you that strength. It's going to give you that empowerment, I think. So I think you really need to be open to a lot more than you are allowing yourself to be open to. You know, I almost feel that this is saying to look at all the information in front of you. And when you look at all the information in front of you, you're going to start to get these aha moments. And you're going to maybe see something that you haven't been seeing up till this very moment in time. It's like the aha moment. It's like connect the dots and you see the picture for the first time. So ask the questions this week. Do the research this week. Scratch that surface a little bit more. It might be something that, it could be something about yourself that you never realized before. I think it's good. I think it's really good, whatever you're going to see, whatever you are going to come across, whatever secret is going to be opened up to you. I think it's going to mean a world of good. It's really going to help you on your path. It's really going to transform your path. So be open to just about anything this week. Don't shut doors. Don't push away any kind of knowledge that comes your way. Of course, you want to analyze it. You want to make sure that it is true. It's grounded. It's going to mean something. We have Epiphany. And you're going to get this epiphany. What a classic card. I love the way Spirit works. Look for that epiphany this week. Okay? Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. So it might be through meditating that you actually get the answer that you are looking for, the understanding that you are looking for. And maybe you're not even looking for it, but it will be an aha moment. It will be an epiphany. And it is going to really empower you going forward into the future. Gemini. Gemini, we have the Seven of Cups this week for you. I think you're looking for an expansion in your life, or there's going to be an expansion in your life, or there's going to be new pathways open up to you with the Seven of Cups. Now, you could have a lot of anxiety this week. There could be a lot of stress this week because the Nine of Swords sits right beside it. But the Nine of Swords almost has its back to it. So I think if you don't maybe expand your horizons, it's maybe the fear of going forward is actually going to give you the anxiety or the stress. So don't fear going forward. Look at the expansive opportunities that are before you. Get out, maybe socialize with purpose this week. It's going to bring in a balance. We have balance on the other side. We have temperance sitting right on the other side. So it's all about bringing in the balance in your life. Look for those opportunities. Look for the expansion of opportunities, or the expansion to step into new areas in your life. The Ten of Raphael, love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so don't stress, don't worry. Allow the expansions to happen, because this is an expansion bringing you to your happily ever after. I mean, we got that happily ever after right there. You know, we have the rainbow over top of you. We have... you know, this is kind of like the family sitting together and the kids are playing in the background, and so everything is picture perfect. Okay, so don't be afraid of anything that is expanding in your life or any new opportunities that are opening up to you. Don't allow fear to hold you back. I think you're going to have a lot of opportunities open up to you this week. I think you're going to see a lot of choices that you can make this week. And I think that there could be a lot of stress because of it or anxiety because of it. And, you know, really take time to meditate, take time to pray, because I think that you are stepping into a very beautiful part of your life with these cards that's going to bring you balance. It's going to bring you happiness. It's going to bring you a sense of victory and success. So don't allow fear to hold you back, to let yourself self-sabotage yourself or let other people talk you out of moving in such a beautiful way. The Ten of Raphael, love and blessings fill your life. So look at everything as a blessing, even if it is something that doesn't look like a blessing this week. It's going to look like a blessing very soon. So just go with the flow. Okay, roll with the punches. I think that you are stepping into some beautiful times. So just go with the flow and enjoy. Cancer. Cancer, we've got the Nine of Swords here. So out of all the signs, I would have to say that you have to really look at what you want to say and act it out ahead of time. Maybe it's an action. I would have to think that it has more to do with work than anything else, because the Eight of Pentacles is right behind it. Okay, and this is your work card, or at least what you do and what you do well. So maybe it's, and the Seven of Cups is actually right behind it, so it might be that you need to sort out what you really want to go forward. Maybe you have several job opportunities on the plate. Maybe it could be work or not work. Maybe it is, maybe your work isn't outside of the home, but it's inside the home. Or maybe that is the question of whether or not you want to work outside the home or inside the home. Maybe you are looking at retirement. So the Nine of Swords is in the middle, which tells me that you're going to have a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And so you really need to pull yourself in, and you really need to understand, book that time for meditation, book that time for prayer with yourself, and have some quiet time and really act out in your mind or in the mirror, if it's a conversation, of what you're really going for, what you're really after, what you feel that your next step should be on your path before you actually walk into the situation. The Ten of Gabrielle. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. Does any of that sound familiar? Because I feel that you have a lot of stress on your plate this week. And that's not a good thing. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten the load. So if you feel like you have too much on your plate, and I mean that could be what the Seven of Cups is standing for here, that there's just too much going on. You've got too much to contend with. You have too much to deal with. So ask your angels to send the people that can help you, that can ease up the load, that can take it off your shoulders. Working too many hours. So I got something that it was about work and stress. So it might be that you're working too many hours, or you are working too many hours that you don't feel are productive in your life. And trying too hard to please others. You don't have to please others. I know you want to please others because that's what makes you happy. Okay, when other people are happy, you're happy. When other people are taken care of and you've made it happen, and you are that. You are the the family, the mother, the caregiver, the one who feels enriched because they've made other people feel better and safe and secure and loved. And it's okay if you do that for others and they do it back for you. And you don't really need to try because it's just who you are. So where you feel that you need to jump through hoops in order to please somebody, I don't think they're worth your time. Because they should already appreciate you for just being you. You shouldn't have to be jumping through hoops to make anybody love you or respect you or adore you in the way they should already be doing that. So pay attention to that. But I think more so, and that, I mean, that could very well go and work if they don't, you know, where you give it your all and they don't seem to respect that. You know, pay attention to that. Absolutely. Leo. Leo, it's all about work. It's all about Eight of Pentacles. The Six of Wands is our first card. It's all about our successes and everything here. We're looking at what we do and what we do well. If you have been working extremely hard on certain goals, on certain dreams, on certain visions of tomorrow, if you have been actually utilizing your talents, your gifts, this could be a remarkable week of success for you, I would think. Now, I see where there's going, because the happily ever after card is right after. So you're walking into your happily ever after. The success card, victory card, is the first card for everybody. But I think you are going to have it where you have really been applying yourself, where you have really been growing your talent, growing your gift, utilizing it in the right ways. And there's worry and there's concern here. So it could be something that you really think has flatlined for you, that it's not going in the right direction, and it does. So you could be getting the wrong perception on what's actually happening going forward. So be careful of what you say and how you say it, because you could actually be talking yourself out of a great promotion or a job opportunity or a partnership with somebody, or taking your business to the next level, or taking your relationship to the next level if it's a relationship you've been working on. Four of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. Being resistant to change. So this might actually, that could be the worry and the concern. You might be working towards a certain goal, and now the opportunity comes up and it's going to change everything in your life. And maybe you hoped for that, you dreamt for that, but you weren't expecting it to happen. And so that could kind of throw you right out of balance. When you give, you also receive. And so don't be afraid to give this week. Give from the heart. Give from yourself. Care about other people in your life. And it will just automatically come back to you. Extremes in how you save or spend money. So I would have to warn you that if you see something that's really shiny and really sparkly and you really want it now, give it time. Don't just jump into it. Don't jump into any purchases. Don't you know, make sure that you're getting value. Okay, so I would have to say if you have credit cards, put them in a little baggie with some water and put them in your freezer, so it will take time to thaw them out so you can think about charging that item. Carry very little cash with you. Leave your ATM card somewhere else. Okay, really think, because we don't want to spend excessively. Okay, and how you save. So you might actually be looking at the value you get for your money, what you spend it on, what kind of value you get back for it. If you are, you know, throwing nickels and dimes all around the town, you know, we go through the drive-through and we get a coffee or we get a tea, and then we grab something fast to eat because we're going to be delayed for an hour and a half, and we're hungry now, and we know supper's not going to be for a couple of hours, and so we spend a little bit more money. And then, well, we got to get that morning paper, so we spend a little bit more money. And we go to get the coffee or the tea, and they've got a special on muffins, and all of a sudden, you know, well, the muffin sounds pretty good, and we spend a little bit more money there. And are we really getting the value? Could we have gone without the coffee? Could we have made it at home and put it in a thermos and taken it with us? Could we live that hour and a half without getting something small to eat? Do we really need to read the paper? Because we could probably get it online a little bit later on. You know, really think about how you're spending your money and what kind of value you're getting out of it. And you could take that a lot bigger, right? You could take that a lot bigger in starting a new business, and you're looking for your storefront, and it's, you know, you just don't want to jump into the first place. You want to make sure that everything comes together properly and you're getting the best value for your money, so that you can be empowered, so that you can walk forward, that you can strive, that you can be beautiful. But I really think that if you have been working towards something, you're going to see that victory. You're going to see that success this week. It's going to pop out at you. It's going to acknowledge that you are on the right path and you are definitely going forward, and you know, reward comes through it. It is the Pentacles card, so you could actually see a promotion this week, or a pay raise this week, or getting that business. You know, it might be that you've been doing a business but you haven't seen an actual week in the black yet. It's all been weeks in the red. So this might be the first week that you see something substantial and some growth and some positive revenue come out of it. Okay, we have Virgo. Virgo. We have the Ten of Cups, the happily ever after card. So, and it's coupled with the Six of Wands, which is the success card. And I'm just going to pick the angel card here because, I mean, well, you know, let's go on the one side. I think it mainly has to do with what you are working towards, what you've been working on, where your strength is. Okay? Because we have the Eight of Pentacles on the one side. We also have the Knight of Pentacles on the other. So, okay, so we're definitely talking about money here when it comes to your happily ever after. We're definitely talking about, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but I would have to say for the majority of you, it's financial going forward. It could be your well-being, it could be your health, absolutely, if you are looking more in those areas of your life. But I would have to say for the majority of you, it is money and finances. I would definitely say in order to get you to your happily ever after, you need to look at all the small stuff. Okay, so if you are getting loans, or you know, you want to read the fine print. If you're signing up for something, if you're even just getting a new job, you want to read the fine print. You want to make sure that what you're getting into is what you're getting into. There's almost like a patience here with this card, because he's taking his time. He's not, the horse isn't galloping. He's taking his time. He's not pushing through. He's showing the patience because he knows where he's going on his path. So it's figuring out all the little baby steps. And even though we want it yesterday, we want to make sure that we aren't pushing through some energy that we shouldn't. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles is, once again, here we are. We're looking at what we do, how we do it. We could be looking at our money, actually, with this card. And we see it for what it is, but we also want to see it for what it can be and what it can grow into. And for that, we need to take our time and we need to understand it. It might be that you are looking to learn something new, to grow in some way in your field of expertise, in your talents. Okay, so this isn't a time to rush through things. This isn't a time to become demanding. This is a time for patience. This is a time to allow things to unfold naturally and beautifully and take you to that happily ever after. Let's see what the angels have to say for you. The Queen of Raphael. Follow your heart. A love of home and family. Trustworthy psychic information. So really pay attention to that inner voice. Really pay attention to your intuition. Follow your heart. So it could be a lot of energy. I mean, because we do have the Ten of Cups here, which is all about, you know, the home. There's your castle in the back, right? It's the couple with the children there. And so it could be a lot about home and family. It could be that literal, that you are looking at how you're making your home, your family, your living area, what surrounds you, beautiful, magical. A reflection of who you are and where you're going in your life. Just don't be too fast to get there. Okay, take each step when the step feels like it's natural. Libra. Knight of Pentacles. Well, we have the Ten of Cups as our backing card here. Okay, so this is your happily ever after. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords on the other side. So I think that, you know, for the majority of you, you have been weighing out a lot of possibilities in your life lately. Really fine-tuning the smaller steps in your life. Really understanding where you want to go and why you want to go there. The people that you want to have surround you. How you can implement your unique talents, your gifts to the best of your ability. And if there was ever a sign that worries about the other person or brings the other person into the picture, and it's not always just a relationship thing. It could be the boss, it could be the coworker, it could be the guy who owns the fruit stand down the street. But with the Queen of Swords, it's your independence coming through. It's you ready to fight for you. It's you ready to have victory for you. Success for you. And I think it's going to kind of feel a little alien to you. Oh, I cut it and there was only one card. The Knight of Michael. Strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion and sudden changes. Yeah, I kind of got like, you know, you're going into some unknown territory, this uncharted water, and you know it's going to kind of feel a little awkward because it's really not what a Libra stands for, but I think that's kind of going to be what you're doing. You're moving forward. You are trying to move quickly, choose logic over emotion. So where everybody is trying to balance out, and we had temperance in here and not knowing, choose logic over emotion. So remember that statement this week when you go to make decisions about things. Logically, does it make sense? Not how does it make you feel, and because that can bring in a whole bunch of issues, right? It might mean that you have to move. You might have to move away from people you love and care about. And it could be temporary. It could be long term. But does it make sense in your life? Does it have the logic in order for your gifts to be, your dreams to be realized, because you are utilizing your gifts and your talents? Choose logic over emotion. There could be some sudden changes in your life. We have the happily ever after card as the first card. We have the success card going here. So I think any changes are good changes, even if it doesn't seem like good changes now. It will come to be where you really realize how great and fabulous the changes were in your life. Scorpio. Queen of Swords. I'm going to have to tell you to, the Knight of Pentacles is the first card. The Queen of Swords is your card. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles after that. And so new day dawning. Stay grounded. I'll have to say that first. Stay grounded. Stay patient with your surroundings, what's happening in your life. Stay very grounded. Know each step that you are taking. Now remember, we have the victory card. We have the success card. So, but it's a matter of staying grounded. I want to see what your angel card is. I'm kind of getting this, I keep hearing color within the lines. So I'm looking at the Queen of Swords when I'm hearing color in the lines. So maybe this isn't a day where you want, maybe this is more of a week of sticking to the tried and true, or sticking with the traditional in your life, not trying to color outside the lines, not trying to maybe get other people frustrated or push them past their points or past their limitations, not try and get under somebody else's skin, or maybe it's staying within your comfort zone this week and not stepping outside of it too much. I want to see what the angel card is here. I really do. The Page of Ariel. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. So, I mean, we do have the new day dawning here. So, an excellent opportunity will be offered to you. So, look for those opportunities. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. So the opportunity may empower you to grow your gifts even more, or it will suit your gifts, your talents, more than perhaps what you have been thinking of doing or what you are currently doing. Time to get to work. So, you know, color in the lines. It might just be just that. Get serious. Don't try and push past areas where you know that you don't need to push past right now. Reliable, clever, educated, and balanced. So there's going to be something, there's going to be an opportunity that comes in this week. It's going to bring a lot of balance into your life. It's going to bring a lot of, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, a lot of seeing where you're going. A steady approach. Okay, so a steady approach, staying within the lines. I think it's really staying within the traditional aspects of where you want to go. I don't think anything is really going to take you by surprise, but I think you are going to be very strong in your approach. The Queen of Swords, she's a strength card. She knows what she wants. And she's not going to let anybody get in the way. And then on the other side of that, we have your new day dawning, the Nine of Pentacles, which is an excellent opportunity, appears. Okay, because it's based on what you've already done to this point. So it has a lot to do with who you are traditionally and where you're going traditionally. So maybe that is, I keep hearing this, don't color outside the lines. Maybe you understand it a lot better than I do. Maybe there's just a handful of you out there that really need it, because it's bothering me now. So please leave it in your comments of what that means to you in your life. But I think that it's time to get to work, that things are going to get moving, and you're more than ready for the opportunities that lay in wait for you. Okay, we have Sagittarius. Now, Nine of Pentacles, new day dawning. The Ace of Cups is before that. The Queen of Swords is behind that. And we know we have the Six of Wands because everybody had the Six of Wands. Okay? Success. Victory. Now, the Queen of Swords, you know, I think you're going to feel empowered this week. I think you are going to feel strengthened this week. There's going to be this vitality about you this week. The Nine of Pentacles is your new day dawning. So get ready for the new opportunities. The Ace of Cups is new passions, new dreams, new excitement coming into being. Now, it could very well be that it's knowing what steps are needed. Oh, we got the Magician flying out here. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. How do you like that, Sag? What a card. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. We're going to put that one back in. So, I mean, yes. Ace of Cups is new beginnings, passions, dreams. This could be relationships, this could be new jobs, this could be travel, this could be stepping into learning something brand new for the very first time, but it's a passion, it's a dream. Nine of Pentacles says that you have gone through the struggles. This is your new day dawning. This is you stepping into your own empowerment. Let's find out what your angel card is supposed to be, but don't we want to just stick with the Magician and leave it at that? Or we could pull Epiphany and just add to the excitement of the moment. Joy through spiritual growth, be a light to others, answer that comes through meditation. So the Magician and Epiphany, I think you guys just won as the best reading of the week. Joy through spiritual growth, and then answers that come through meditation, and be a light to others. Well, you know what, Sag, you are a light to others. I mean, that's one of the wonderful things about you, is you're not happy unless people are happy around you, that you've made their world complete in some way, or you've brightened their day in some way, you've helped them in some way. I mean, just be you this week. Joy through spiritual growth, answers that come through meditation. So take the time to pray, take the time to meditate, allow those aha moments to come, have those epiphanies, allow the magician to come in and wave that magic wand and just turn your life into a soaring success going forward. If you believe you can, it's true, you can. And if you believe you can't, you can't. So stay positive this week, dream build this week, look towards your future, look for those new opportunities, because they will find you. Capricorn. Capricorn, we have the Ace of Cups. Now that's a beautiful and exciting card, I must say. Sorry, I just got done doing Sag, and they had just like this incredible reading. So I'm still kind of, you know, feeling the glow here, but I'm thinking that it's going to be just as good for you, if not better, because we have the Ace of Cups, okay? And this is new passions, new dreams, inspiration, aha moments would be another thing. It's your confidence. It's, you know, we start with the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So leading into it is your new day dawning, saying that you've done all the work necessary in order to have these new moments in your life, these new beginnings in your life, okay? The Six of Cups is here talking about, and I really got this week, if you followed the first part of the energy for everybody, this was paying attention to you, your inner child, rewarding yourself, believing in yourself, loving yourself. And the more you do that, the more that you are going to have these beautiful, fresh opportunities, these aha moments. Ace of Cups is new passions, new dreams, new excitement in your life. And you've done all the work, you've done the lessons, you've gained the wisdom in order to really feel that confidence going forward in your life. Really feeling the success that can be. And your angel card is the Knight of Michael. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion and sudden changes. One of the other signs got this card as well. So get ready to go forward. Get ready for those new beginnings. And yes, you want to pick logic over emotion, because sometimes our emotion can get in the way. Sometimes we get this new job opportunity, and logistically, it's the right move, because it's going to give you that feather in your hat, perhaps. It's going to give you that higher pay increase. It's going to give you maybe benefits or vacation time. It's going to give you more stature in your work community. But it might take you out of town more often, or there might be travel involved, or you might have to go back to school, and so these emotions start coming up. Try and step away from the emotions. Try and step into the logic of the moment. I think you'll make all the right decisions, all the right choices in order to find the success that you need going forward. I think there is new opportunities coming available to you, and to jump on those opportunities, use that logic over emotion. Don't let your emotions get in the way so much, because whatever sorrows or whatever negative, let's say negative emotions that come because of an opportunity that shows up, it might be hard right now, but you are going to find out very quickly, and very, very quickly, how it is a good thing in your life, how it actually enhanced your life, made it better, pushed you into the path that you were supposed to. So logic, please, logic over emotion. I think that it's going to be a very beautiful week for you. Aquarius. Aquarius, we have the Six of Cups, which is love yourself. Now, it's the Ace of Cups beforehand, so I think that it's going to be spurred by new opportunities, new passions. It could be new love. Could definitely be new love, because the card right after it is the Two of Cups, which is, it could be new partnership, new love. This could be new job opportunities. This could be teaming up with somebody else to really exalt your path going forward. But it's led in with the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is all about your passions, your dreams. Okay, so let's find out what your angel card is here. Because even though it could be love, it could very well be business as well. It could be very much a new job opportunity or business opportunity. You find that right partner to go into business with, or you have a meeting with somebody and they end up being your boss, and the chemistry is incredible between the two of you. The Two of Gabrielle. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Yeah, I really got a sense that it was all about the empowerment of you joining forces with another this week. Okay, so make bold and ambitious choices. I don't really think it's love as much as it is, especially with this card backing me up on it. I think it's your choices when it comes to work, when it comes to creating money, when it comes to what you do, your gifts, your talents, and how you utilize them in going forward. So great progress is possible. And I do believe that with these cards here, because you start with the Ace of Cups. Of course, everybody got the Six of Wands, which is your victory card, success card. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Okay, so relationships, definitely, it could be new relationships. It could be figuring out for the first time that this person really has these connections that are really it could change everything. It could transform everything. So you want to be the diplomat. You just don't want to jump into things. But I think that through conversations, through socialization, through maybe just looking at the people in your life and what they have to offer, you might say, hey, I never thought of it before, but they would be great if I teamed up with them, because this is what could become of it. So look at who is in your life, who surrounds you. Socialize with like-minded people. If it's a job offer, go for that interview. You just might click. It just might be the very first step into an amazing future forward. And we have Pisces. Well, Pisces, we have the Two of Cups. So it could really be about, well, we start with the Six of Cups, which is all about loving you. Right? Loving, it's all about honoring your inner child, loving you, seeing your value, seeing your worth, understanding your gifts, your talents, your beauty, and taking it to the next level. Now, the Two of Cups, so it could very well be in relationships, but this is new relationships or new beginnings within relationships. This could be that job interview that goes exceptionally well and this person transforms your whole future forward. Very well could be. And then Judgment is on the other side. So it is really paying attention to everything that's happening around you. When I see the Judgment card, it tells me to, just hold up on things. Don't make any fast decisions. Check into things. Even if you feel that you have to say yes yesterday, give it till tomorrow. Okay, we want to go with the flow. There's a determination here, I think, about you this week, and it has to do with your unique gifts. It has to do with your talents. It has a lot to do with what makes you you. Let's see what the angels have to say here. So maybe it's tapping into your unique talents and gifts a little bit more. I mean, we do start off with that inner child, paying attention to who you are, the gifts you bring to the table. Maybe you are selling yourself short. Maybe you are not utilizing your gifts and your talents like you should be. And it has something to do with another person, okay? It's not all about you. So it could be somebody in your family, it could be somebody in your neighborhood, it could be somebody at work, it could be somebody new coming into the picture, it could be your new best friend. Maybe they're going to mirror to you what you can't see for yourself. Maybe they are going to make your unique talents, your gifts stand out for the first time ever, and you haven't ever seen them until this person comes along and shines a light on just how wonderful and beautiful you are. Could very well be. We have the Three of Ariel. Do what you love. A time for great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. Working with others in a cooperative manner. So yes, working with others in a cooperative manner. Do what you love. Very, very important words here. So if you are selling yourself short, if you are in perhaps a dead-end job, or you're not really, then look for how you can step into doing something that you love, something that makes your heart soar, something that puts a smile on your face, even if it is only temporary, even if it's only a couple of hours a week. And look for people to actually help you in that path going forward, working with others in a cooperative manner. But I think it's even more than working with others in a cooperative manner. I think somebody is going to really be pivotal in actually growing you into a new level of who you are becoming. So that is it for everybody. I hope everybody has a sensational week. I hope your hopes, your dreams, your world is better than you imagined it to be. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.